Nation of Fit in 10, welcome to day 36, the first day of week 6. And of course, I sent out your numbers today. You should all have new numbers, or most of you should have new numbers. Virtually all of you will have different macros, not necessarily different calories, although your calories may have gone down, but definitely different macros. Also, your interval numbers have gone up, so please pay attention to that. They've gone up one notch. And speaking of cardiovascular work, question regarding swimming. Is swimming a good cardiovascular activity? And when we're talking about cardiovascular activity, essentially what we're talking about is doing any physical activity where the heart rate is elevated for an extended period of time. Let's be more specific. It is constantly, it is at a constant, your heart rate is elevated constantly for an extended period of time. Okay, above normal, a decent percentage above normal. So there's lots of things we can do to elevate the heart rate. But what about swimming? Is there something special about swimming? Well, there are a lot of unique characteristics around swimming and cardiovascular. One of them being that it's non-impact. Of course, we can do other things that are non-impact. But how about this one? The motion, in particular when your limbs are under the water, which is most, if not all the time, you're getting this isokinetic motion. You're getting constant tension. The tension is always the same when you're moving through the water. And so this is really good because it kind of puts the joints under more tension than what they're used to, but not a huge amount. And so this is what really builds muscular endurance, right? It's this low force, this low force demand, because it's not that hard to move your body through water. Low force demand, and of course we've got to keep the movement up over time. So we're building muscular endurance. But how about cardiovascular? Well, here's the thing with swimming. One, you are being supported by the water. And so in essence, you've got a buoyancy effect, which means you don't have to carry your weight as much as, say, when you're running or walking for that matter. The water is going to hold you up to a certain degree. In fact, for most of us, especially those of us who hold more body fat, we are going to float no problem. Okay, generally speaking, we should float. We're all going to float. The question is how buoyant are we? And if we're a little bit fatter, then we're going to be a little bit more buoyant because fat is less dense than water. So we're going to sit on top of water. Whereas if you are more heavily, if you have more lean mass is going to be more water based. Excuse me. So you're gonna sort of just hover just beneath the water. So how about the exercise? How about this as a cardiovascular exercise? Let's get the point here, Mark. How about it as a cardiovascular exercise? Well, number one, I said there's a buoyancy here. So this is going to make it a little bit easier, meaning it's going to be a little bit harder for you to get your heart rate up. You're going to have to move more. Number two, the water cools your skin. And what happens is this keeps your body temperature lower. And as a result, your body's not working so hard to lower its body temperature. So this helps to lower your heart rate, in fact. Or this keeps your heart rate lower. So your body doesn't have to do as much work to cool itself. It's already got a cooling mechanism, the water around it. Okay, with the exception if you were doing this in really, really hot water, which is highly unlikely. So as a cardiovascular exercise, you have to almost put in more work to get your heart rate up. So just keep that in mind. It's not a bad exercise. It's not bad at all. And there's many benefits, including overall muscular endurance. But as a cardiovascular exercise, as something that's trying to elevate your heart rate, you got to put more work in to get your heart rate up. So just something to consider. Okay, let's get to the message of the day. Today's message. Week 5 was the week of, well, the week that you'll not quit. Not, of course, every other week that you are in this challenge, you're not going to quit. But this is another message about quitting. And it goes like this. While you may encounter many defeats, you must not be defeated. Well, the original one goes like this. While one may encounter many defeats, one must not be defeated. While one may encounter many defeats, one must not be defeated. You must not be defeated. You've got to keep going. You've got to keep trying. I guarantee you, if you keep trying, you will at the very least, you at the very least will get closer to where you want to be than if you quit. Quitting is the only sure way that you will not succeed. I don't want to say fail because I really dislike that, but you will not. You will be less successful, 100%. I think we can all agree on this. So keep going, keep chipping away, and keep moving forward, not looking behind, right? Keep moving forward. Positive energy, positive vibes, believe in yourself, and for the love of God, give some gratitude, and I'll talk to you all tomorrow.